All right, folks, listen up. Some video games aren't just games, they're freaking legends that changed everything, setting the bar sky high for developers and players alike. And nope, they don't gotta be ancient relics to be epic. Brand new stuff can drop and totally crush it, leaving a mark that lasts forever. These aren't just popular, they're the ones that started trends everybody else is still trying to copy. I'm Poe, welcome to PG Game. This is where I drop game content daily so you don't miss squat in the gaming universe. Hey, if you hit that subscribe button, you'd make my day. Seriously, gamer to gamer. Coming in at number 1 today is The Last of Us, a game that truly redefined the action-adventure genre with its heart-wrenching story and an unforgettable cast of characters that just get under your skin. The setting is the US after a terrifying fungus apocalypse. You'll follow Joel and Ellie trying to survive in a world full of peril. The story is brutal but real, depicting survival, love, sacrifice, and some super emotional moments. Every choice you make impacts relationships and the story. Combat is tense, requiring you to sneak, shoot, and handle melee like a pro. Resources are extremely scarce, forcing you to calculate every single bit. Whether it's human enemies or the mobile fungus infected, exploring the environment is always crucial. The game world is detailed and full of secrets. The game's pace perfectly balances breathtaking action and quiet, introspective moments for characters to connect. Graphics and sound are still stellar, creating a truly haunting and authentic atmosphere. Joel and Ellie's journey remains one of the most moving and memorable stories in gaming. All right, sliding into the number 9 spot, it's Uncharted 4. This game seriously leveled up the whole franchise, turning it into a full-blown action blockbuster movie you actually get to play. You're following Nathan Drake on a treasure hunt, but he's gotta deal with a whole mess of drama from his past at the same time. The story is packed with surprises and emotion, really diving deep into the relationships. The game is this incredibly smooth blend of hardcore action and quieter, more character-focused moments. Combat is slick and intense, constantly mixing up gunfight and chases and sneaking around. You get to use a ton of weapons and some cool signature gear like that rope to swing and climb all over the place. The environment even becomes part of the battle. The pace is fast, just going wild with the action, then chilling out to explore beautiful scenery and hidden secrets. And the graphics are absolutely top tier, building a super detailed world from jungles to ruins. Uncharted 4 is perfect proof that action, exploration, and story can blend seamlessly to give you an experience that's awesome to play and just awesome to watch.
Hi there! My turn!
Coming in at number 8, it's Elden Ring. This game is an action RPG that totally leveled up. From Software's notorious tough formula to a whole new level. We're talking a dream team up between the father of Dark Souls and the legend behind Game of Thrones, creating this epic dark fantasy world. The story is mysterious, and it's this huge open world that just lets you run wild exploring secrets. Gameplay is super flexible. Combat is tense and demands skill, but you can mess around with tons of different styles thanks to all the weapons and magic. Character building is incredibly open too. Even though the game is famously difficult, the huge open world makes it way more approachable without losing that signature challenge. The graphics are gorgeous, the world is diverse and detailed, and exploring always feels rewarding, like you're finding something new. Elden Ring is a massive leap for open world games, while still keeping that core from Software feel. At number 7 is Death Stranding, a game that's totally weird but awesome. A super unique mix of action, exploration, and sci-fi that's classic Kojima. It drops you into a post-apocalyptic America as Sam, a delivery guy with an epic mission to reconnect a broken society. The game's story is pretty complex, really diving deep into themes like solitude and how important human connection is. The most unique part is the gameplay. The focus isn't shooting stuff up, it's hauling cargo and conquering the terrain. Just walking and keeping your balance while carrying a mountain of stuff is a surprisingly realistic challenge, and sometimes absolutely hilarious when you just totally wipe out. There's combat, but it's kinda secondary. The main thing is figuring out efficient routes. There's a special online system too, where players help each other out indirectly, creating this invisible sense of community in a totally isolated world. The game world itself is vast and desolate, but has this haunting beauty, and every step of exploration needs careful planning. Death Stranding is a journey with its own unique vibe and pace, full of meaning, and it totally dares to challenge traditional game formulas. Climbing up to the number 6 spot, it's God of War 2018, the game that totally reinvented the whole series. Like Kratos just switched jobs to being a dad. It completely ditched the old formula, going instead for a deep, super personal story that really focuses on the emotional development and that tough but moving relationship between Kratos and his son, Atreus. The game hits on mature themes like father-son love, redemption, and sacrifice. Gameplay got a total makeover. A realistic over-the-shoulder view, tactical combat that requires way more skill. It feels awesome using that axe, calling it back is super badass, the shield, and combining skills flexibly. The game opens up this huge Norse mythology world to explore, packed with side quests and secrets. The world design is epic and detailed. This mature and deep transformation took God of War to a whole new level and totally reshaped the path for the entire series.
Wow, that was something, that fight.
Coming in at number 5 is Baldur's Gate 3, a game that's pure Dungeons & Dragons RPG where every choice you make matters a ton. You team up to fight dark forces while also wrestling with moral and internal drama. The story is deep and completely adapts to your actions, creating your own unique journey. Turn-based combat is super tactical, faithful to D&D rules, requiring you to calculate positioning and skills, giving you countless ways to handle enemies and hopefully get good dice rolls. Interacting with companions is really important. Dialogue decisions affect your relationships and the story flow. Character customization is insane. The game world is vast, full of secrets, and there are always multiple ways to solve problems. Your choices create consequences, making for a deep role-playing experience and crazy high replayability. Coming in at number 4 is Horizon Zero Dawn, a unique action RPG that impressively blends a future world packed with tech and wild nature, where giant machines rule the landscape. You follow Aloy, the brave huntress, on a quest for the truth about humanity's lost past facing off against all kinds of mechanical creatures. The story is a compelling mix of adventure, survival, and discovering lost knowledge. Gameplay focuses on tactical hunting of all sorts of machines with flexible weapons. Bow, traps, ancient tech, creating diverse, dynamic battles. You customize your style via the skill system. The vast open world is breathtakingly beautiful, uniquely blending nature and tech ruins. Exploration is always full of secrets and brings something new. The story flow and exploration are engaging, bringing a clear sense of progress in this post-apocalyptic world. At number 3, we've got Days Gone, a survival action game set in a brutal post-apocalypse. You play as biker Deacon Saint, John jumping into a perilous journey looking for his missing wife in a world ruled by massive hordes of freakers and not-so-friendly other survivors. The story blends intense action with deep reflection on loss and survival instinct. Gameplay really stands out with tactical zombie combat, especially facing off against the giant hordes, which totally requires brain power. Utilizing the environment and that darn motorcycle is absolutely key to survival. Managing resources, especially gas for your bike, is a heart-pounding and realistic challenge. The vast open world is diverse, from dense forests to ruined cities, with terrain directly impacting how you play. Weather and the day-night cycle also change how enemies act, seriously upping the survival factor. Days Gone is a brutal, emotional journey, combining intense action and meaningful quiet moments.
John, you want to talk about that a little
Well,
bit?
we just wanted to make it as as realistic as possible. So yeah, we're not holding back on that at all. And Sam's done most of his own stunt work for this, and I can tell you that when we're on
At number 2, we've got Dying Light, an action survival game where everyone who plays it ends up constantly jumping around. It's set in a ruined, post-apocalyptic city where zombies are absolutely everywhere. You're this unlucky agent sent in, and your daily mission is basically fighting for survival. The story mixes intense action with some really tough moral choices, keeping you totally on edge the whole time. The game's best part is definitely the epic parkour system. You can freely leap all over the city, climbing walls, jumping over rooftops, swinging on ropes, dodging zombies like you're flying. Combat also relies a lot on moving fast and using the environment to deal with enemies. But here's the signature thing about Dying Light: the day-night cycle. During the day, you're kinda the hunter, exploring, collecting stuff. But when the sun goes down, rules change. The zombies turn into bloodthirsty monsters, way faster, stronger, and way more terrifying. That feeling of being chased in the dark? Heart-stopping. You can upgrade skills, craft stuff to survive your own way. Dying Light paved the way for many other games to learn how to combine parkour and survival in a top-tier way, creating a one-of-a-kind experience. And finally, wrapping up the list today is Dark Souls, the RPG that totally redefined the concept of challenge. The game's story is subtle, fragmented, forcing you to explore like a detective to uncover its deep secrets. Combat is brutal. Danger is always lurking, but every victory feels indescribably awesome. The combat style demands precision and patience, calculating your attacks, managing stamina carefully. Mistakes cost you your life. You develop your character how you want, and the game forces you to learn from mistakes to get better. The world is dark, smartly interconnected, vast, hiding tons of secrets worth exploring. Each area brings new challenges, requiring strategy. Dark Souls is a test of persistence. Every difficulty is a stepping stone to that final victory. So, that wraps up our look at these legendary games that Poe thinks are absolutely top tier. Each one has its own unique vibe, helping shape gaming as we know it today. If you guys thought this list was a spot on, please hit that like button for Poe, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button for the PG Game channel so you don't miss any more awesome stuff in the future. And most importantly, which game is the real legend in your heart? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm Poe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.